Hey everyone, welcome back to cEDH TV Gameplay. Me, Mons, and Pontus are here with Radicus. Welcome.
Hey there.
And fun fact, after Radicus played with us last game, we realized that the two of us used to play at the same LGS back in the Northern Kentucky area. So super cool to be playing with you here as well.
Small world, small world. So yeah, this time I thought I'd bring something a little faster than a stacks deck. It's quite the opposite of what I played last time. Classic, this is my first cEDH deck, and I've made many tweaks over the years. It's a little different than the primer. Thoroughly enjoy playing this every time I do. So I'm pretty excited to try it out today. A couple new cards in there. Like I didn't used to run Trinosphere, but I really like. I'm excited to try that on everybody as a protection. Just some good old Godo.
So I've been ranting a little bit about how bad the Talion is, and I feel that I need to playtest it a little bit more to get a better understanding of it. You see, when you're saying that something is bad, you kind of need to back it up with also playing experience. I have a lot of data on this commander, and Talion is somewhat struggling kind of bit, but I kind of want to test the Talion game plan myself to see where some of the problems potentially may be, so I could potentially, who knows, improve upon it. It's still a pretty cool deck though, as you're having a Rhetoric study commander and then playing something of a mid-range Demir game where you're trying to win with Festus Oracle or things of the sort.
So today I'm bringing Krark Tymna, or as I called it, Cope Incorporated, basically because you don't really have any really good Krark synergies, but you do have Delny, and Delny synergizes with both of your commanders, and that has to be good, right?
All right, so I have played Nikara and Yannik in high to mid levels before, but I've been seeing some lists out there for the past year or so that are cEDH. So this is Abzan. It's mostly Flicker, sort of reanimator stuff. I guess like Blood Pod without the blood, so to say. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I like doing jank stuff. And, you know, we have some goods in this hand. We have Finhorn Elves with a Forest, Godless Shrine, which we could use for Vamp Tutor to get, let's say, I don't know, probably Mana Crypt, something like that. And a couple different pieces we have together, but there's still a bit of clunkiness because of the mana. So I don't know if there's really that much gas. I like the idea that we have Felidar Guardian and we can maybe do something with that. I could fetch up Birthing Pod to try to start assembling parts of the combo, but that's just me kind of sitting here. I am the first player in turn order, but nevertheless, I think it's helpful to maybe try to get some more explosiveness in this hand. So yeah, let's go ahead and go to second 7. So this hand is a little bit better. I mean, I did get Vampiric Tutor again, so that does mean that, yeah, I might be able to power out. If I get this in play, let's see, we could get Animate Dead and then play that as well, because one of the combo pieces with Abdel Adrian is to get Animate Dead and then loop those two. So that's very tempting to try that. We could also just go for like a sack outlet. So it's like a slightly bit more gas, but still there's some clunkiness because of these 4 lands. I'm not totally sure. Again, I am first, so I can just kind of rocket ahead maybe a little bit. The question is, do I play Soul Ring first or do I play Vampiric Tutor first? Don't know. There's no interaction either, so that worries me a little bit too. But having this potential combo piece together to get Infinite Soldiers and so forth is quite tempting, and there's enough mana pieces to kind of make it happen. Not that far away. So let's keep it. Okay, go ahead.
Godo likes to go fast. I'm second on the play. Not too bad. I like having Karn turn 2. This is not a stacks deck. I like to go fast. There's much better in the deck, but this is not bad. This is really not bad. I think I'm going to pitch that Foundry Inspector because I don't want to pitch my Dualcaster Mage. Oh, I can do better, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try this.
So this 7 is pretty slow. Way too slow, even. We don't really have a payoff for anything. We have like a to turn 2 Talisman and to turn 3 Tymna. That's not that great. Let's just find the better second 7. So this is the kind of hand that makes me wish I was playing Dargo instead of Krark here, but I can't deny that this is a great hand. My biggest problem is that I don't really know what the tutor chain should be here. I think the hand will end up being a bit slower than we would like, just from our tutors being awkward. But we could just go all in on going turn 1 land Vamp for Crypt, turn 2 Krark into DT. That's kind of spicy. I kind of want to do it, but we'll see what we draw. This hand is good. I can't deny that this hand is good. The only problem is how we play it out. So let's see how we play it out.
So this is honestly a very interesting hand. We have a Chromox and then an Ancient Tomb, which means a turn 1 opposition agent. We don't have a second land, but if we're stealing someone's fetch land, we do get a second land, and then with Ancient Tomb Chromox, this land we steal, we have Talion turn 2 with an opposition agent in play, and we're starting to like control the game. We can also do turn 1 Demonic Tutor for Rhetorik Study, which is probably the safer play, which is also a good play. In the end, this is actually sorry, we can't do the Rhetorik Study unless we draw into a blue source, because we need black to cast Demonic Tutor, and then we need blue post turn 2 to cast the Rhetorik Study. But it should kind of work out with a Demonic Tutor into Rhetorik Study. However, the opposition agent stealing a fetch land, there's a huge chance that won't happen, but I kind of want to try it. Do we live the dream? Don't let your memes be dreams. They're gonna see it coming though. If I put down a Chromox and an Ancient Tomb and I put black into it and pass, they're gonna go, oh, that's an Oppo agent. But this hand could... There's so much problems keeping a hand like this, just because of the fact that they could try to start playing around it. Godo doesn't have any fetch lands. Wait, this won't work really, unless because they don't play that much blue. Wait, I'm the only blue deck. So the chance of me getting a fetch land that finds blue is less. Oh, I really wanna keep this. You know what, we're gonna keep this, and depending on what we draw, we can still use the Demonic Tutor to find something if we're in a pickle. So I will keep this. I'm hoping for the dream with Oppo Agent stealing a land, Talion turn 2, but depending on what we draw, we might just do Chromox into Demonic Tutor. But with that, let's start the match.
All right, pre-game effect. I'm going to pitch this Foundry Inspector into exile.
I will get us started. Draw a card for turn. I will first play an Overgrown Tomb, taking 2 life. Tap that for a Soul Ring. Soul Ring resolves, great. I will then cast Jeweled Lotus. I will crack Jeweled Lotus for 3 black and cast my commander, Nikara. Nikara resolves, pass turn.
Draw a card. I will play this Mountain and tap 2. Play this Liquid Metal Torque. That will be it for my turn. I pass.
Go to my turn. Land for turn will be a Exotic Orchard. Then I will pass.
Draw a card. We don't need to use Opposition Agent to steal someone's land anymore, because we just got a Bloodstained Mire. However, Pontus just put Exotic Orchard into play and passed turn with that. He kept a pretty high hand, so the chance of Pontus having a tutor, the vamp version so to say, is pretty good. Also, I mean, I don't know how fast Godo is going to explode. There could be like a Jeska's Will, a Seething Song. Dockside doesn't make that much, but Oppo Agent is very key here. You should respect Godo. I don't think Godo is a terrible threat in general, but you should have to respect it. I am still getting my commander turn 2 if I cast Oppo Agent now, so I think we're gonna keep the Demonic Tutor for later, because we might need to tutor later. Oppo Agent now to potentially interact with Pontus, maybe steal something with other guys, and then I'm gonna play Chromox, imprinting Meathook Massacre, and then Ancient Tomb, and here I pass the turn.
Untap and draw. Marsh Flats as land for turn. I will crack it and fetch. Savannah enters the battlefields. Move to combats, and I will punch Mons for 2 with Nikara.
I take 2.
I'm going to pass with 4 mana up.
So draw a card, play this Mountain for turn. Okay, so looking at my hand, I do have a piece that can possibly slow them down and remove Mons's acceleration with that Chrome Mox. I don't like playing into untapped mana, but sometimes I think you have to. He decided to not play his commander on this second turn, so that makes me feel like he's holding interaction, which I don't know if he'll be too upset over there with Rhetoric, but we're gonna try it. I think we're gonna try the Karn, and we're going to possibly play the long game. I don't think he would want to trade, but he may. So I guess we could do that, or we could tutor. I could copy someone if they try to tutor. Oh, do we try and copy a tutor? That might be better. Hate or tutor? You know what? I think I'm gonna hold up interaction. I'll hold up interaction. We'll try that. Usually not the best play. We'll see how it does. I'll pass the turn.
Show me that up on some time. I'm tutor instead.
Yeah, I'll show you the Oppo.
I will tap Ancient Tomb to put a Vampiric Tutor on top of Opposition Agent.
Okay, I have a response to his. I'm going to tap 2. I'm going to copy. I'll lose 2 life, and I will vamp tutor a card at the top of my library and lose the 2 life.
Finding this card that you all see, the audience can see, I'll put that on top of the library. And yep, go ahead.
Oppo Agent resolve, and I pass to my Vamp Tutor. With Pontus Vamp Tutor, I'm taking the Orcish Bowmaster.
Go to my turn. Come on. Land for turn will be a Luxury Suite. I'll tap 2 to cast a Krark's Thumb, and then I'll pass turn.
Untap and draw a card. Play this Bloodstained Mire. I can search, finding an Underground Sea. I'm casting Talion, the Kindly Lord. I'm gonna say 1. The reason I'm going for 1 is that Krark usually plays a bunch of Dark Ritual, Red Rituals, a lot of things on 1, and there's still like spot removals for my Oppo Agent where they're gonna try to win and such, so I'm gonna choose 2. Even though 1 I mean, even though 2 is a good option, but I'm choosing 1 for my Talion. Then I pass.
Take my turn. Drew the card and it was there. I will play Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. He's 4 for the One Ring. The One Ring resolves, move to combats, and I will send Nikara at Mons.
As it has menace, I don't want to block and lose my Oppo Agent, so I will take 2.
Alright, after that, 1 mana up, pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw this mystery card. First, I would like to cast Seething Song, Mother May I, 5 for this Treasonous Ogre, so 1 red floating. I will use this and 9 life. Or no, sorry, 6 life because I have 1 floating. I would like to cast Karn, the Great Creator. It turns off the One Ring advantage he got.
Right, I'll just respond by tapping the One Ring, putting a burden counter on it, and drawing a card.
So I'm going to add a counter, a loyalty counter, activating Karn's first ability and destroying Mons Chromox. For that, I would like to pass my turn.
Go to my turn. Land for turn will be a Scrubland. I'll tap 3 mana to cast a Tymna, and then I'll pass turn.
Draw a card. Going to combat, sending the Oppo Agent at Pontus?
I will block with Tymna.
What? Really? I didn't expect that. Alright, Tymna is dead. I'll pass the turn there.
At the end of your turn, Mons, I am going to tap Savannah to cast Enlightened Tutor, and I'll take...
Alright, so my response is to pay 9 life and reverberate on a body.
No response.
Mother May I? I think I'm going to search out my One Ring.
Talion will also trigger, so I will draw a card here.
Grabbing a Survival of the Fittest atop my library. And now I will move to untap. Draw the card we all knew was there. I will tap Urborg and this forest to cast Survival of the Fittest. All right, I will move to combats, and I will attack Pontus for 2, Nikara.
No blocks, take 2.
All right, damage resolves, and I'll pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw this mystery card. Attempt to play said mystery card. Mother May I?
I have a response, losing 2 life. I will cast an Orcish Bowmaster, and on the ETB, I
Mons.
will send 1 damage to your face.
We'll go ahead and activate the One Ring. Draw a card. Add a counter.
I will sap you for 1 more Orc damage.
I'm shot. I'm going to go ahead and pay 9 life. And I'm going to cast Curse Mirror, copying the Orcish Bowmaster and shooting the Orcish Bowmaster.
As you've revealed intent...
Oh, that second draw, you wouldn't have been able to...
As you've revealed
That
intent,
happens.
I'm going to force will your Curse Mirror.
Will add a loyalty counter, taking him up to 7. And I will... Hey, Rhetoric, if I give you an indestructible 4/4, you want to put some pressure on somebody? Yeah, swing it elsewhere, put pressure on the guys that might add Nas out of nowhere.
Yeah, sure. I'll take
Yeah.
a 4/4.
Alright, I will uptick my card, activating him to give Rhetoric a 4/4 indestructible creature with his One Ring. And after that, pass turn.
Go to my turn. Oh, land for turn with Scalding Tarn. I will fetch, finding a Badlands. I'll tap 2 to cast a Krark. With Krark in play, I'll tap 1 red to cast a Rite of Flame and trigger Krark, as well as Talion. So I'll lose 2 life. So I have 2 Krark triggers, and I have this nifty Krona and Klave simulator, also known as Conclip. So heads I will copy. So first one is a tails. So I will flip again because I want the heads, and I will get it. So I'll choose heads, and I will have 2 Rite of Flames on the stack. They resolve. I have 4 red. I'll use 3 of them to cast a Jessica's Will, trigger Krark. So Jessica's Will, both modes starting Mons, trigger Krark. Heads I copy, tails and tail. No, heads! Ah! 2 copies of Jessica's Will targeting Mons on the stack.
You get it. I have 5 cards in my hand.
So Jessica's Will 1 resolves. I will make 5 mana go up to 6, and I'll exile 3 cards, swords, and a Arcane Signet. Second copy will go up to 11 mana. I'll flip a Cursed Mirror, Dockside, and Godless Shrine. Pretty spicy. I'll use 2 red to cast a Dockside. Good step 1. Dockside ETB. I'll make 5 do nothing treasures. I will tap my Exotic Orchard, use a red to cast a Demonic Tutor. Trigger Krark. So let's resolve Krark triggers. Heads is copy. I will get heads immediately, so I can skip the second trigger. And I have 2 copies of the Demonic Tutor on stack. So from here, behind my cards, hello, I will use 2 mana to cast a Unruled Breach. Breach resolves. I will cast a Jessica's Will from my graveyard, exiling 3 cards. I will have 2 Krark triggers. For 1 Krark trigger, I'll choose the best one of the 2 options. Head, I will copy. I got tails. Second one is a heads. So Jessica's Will resolve. I will make 5 mana, right, Mons? 5 more mana and exile 3 more cards. The Diabolic Intent, Springleaf Drum, and Heat Shimmer. Second Jessica's Will resolve. I'll make 5 more and exile a Mox Opal, a Rain Captain, and a Mayhem Devil. Okay, so I will use 3 mana to cast a Cursed Mirror. Cursed Mirror will enter as a Bowmaster and kill the Bowmaster on Mon's board.
No, it's dead.
I'll then use 3 mana to cast a Heat Shimmer targeting my Bowmaster. Trigger Krark. Heads I copy, so I will flip once. It's a heads. I will have 2 Heat Shimmers targeting my Bowmaster. So I have 2 Bowmaster ETB triggers. Both of them will shoot Rhetoric. Then, with my 3 Bowmasters, I'll pay 3 mana to cast a Wheel of Fortune. I have 2 Krark triggers, or 1 Krark trigger twice. Heads, I get a copy. Heads, there's 2 Wheel of Fortunes on the stack. So first Wheel of Fortune will resolve. We'll all discard our hands and draw 7. And then there will be 21 times 3 Bowmaster triggers on the stack. So I will have 63 triggers with my Bowmasters. I'll do 30 damage at Mons, 30 damage at Rhetoric, and 3 damage at Karn.
So I don't think this will help me, but yeah, I was going to. What I'll do is I'll tap Savannah and discard Karmic Guide and grab Solitude, and then I would essentially exile Nikara to gain 2 life. But you're just going to kill me anyways, so we won't do that. We will just say that we did and die.
Yeah. So wheel 1 resolves. Now wheel 2 will go to resolve. So we'll discard our hands again, and then draw 7 new ones. So this time I don't have 3 opponents, but I still have 21 triggers. So I will deal, I guess, 7 in Karn, 7 in Tristan's Ogre, and 7 in Dual Custom Mage, just to make it even.
I will take 6 life in response to targets. These can all die. And I'm going to make 2 red.
Now that we're back in Sorcery Speed, I will use 1 treasure and 2 mana to cast a Mayhem Devil from my exile with Justice Will. Then I will cast a Mox Opal from Justice Will. I'll use a red to cast Springleaf Drum from Justice Will. Then I will use 1 red, tapping Mox Opal and a Bowmaster with Springleaf Drum to cast a Heat Shimmer targeting my Dockside, Trigger Krark. This will trigger Krark. Heads I will copy, tails, and heads. So 2 Heat Shimmer copies on the stack targeting Krark, targeting Dockside. Both will resolve. I need to exile cards for that, sorry. Exiling Imp Seal, Fragmentize, and Pyroblast. So make 2 Docksides, which would make 2 treasures each, go up to 8 treasures.
After the copy of Heat Shimmer from Krark's trigger resolves, I would like to go and fork the original copy of Heat Shimmer that was cast. I would like a Mayhem Devil.
So that resolves, then the original resolves. I'll go up to 8 treasures. And then, since storming through here seems really inconvenient with the Mayhem Devil, I will just pass to kill you in your upkeep. So in your upkeep, once the protection is gone, I will ping you by sacking 1 treasure at a time, so I can always keep death over your head. Good game!